Today is Thursday, May the 23rd, and we have continuing trade concerns. So we had this big down day on Monday. We completely reversed it on Tuesday, and Monday and Tuesday, well, Tuesday was a tweet day, right? But Wednesday and Thursday were not. And the president is preoccupied with other things right now than the economy. But what we see is this huge drop at the open in the Dow. We never recovered in the NASDAQ or the S&P. We hit some lows around 1 p.m. and we finished with up candles in the last 15 minutes. Trading volume was relatively average. And this is the first day this week where we've seen trading volume average. And when Tuesday's reverse was low, Wednesday and Thursday Wednesday was also low. Thursday, now today, trading volume is back. The decliners led advancers by easily 3 to 1, 3.5 to 1, which reminds us more of Monday. The oscillator went down a little bit lower yesterday, so we're having this type of a reaction that we saw back in March, where we're churning around here. And the last time we had a churning period here, we went down. We do this a lot right in this area. We churn, market indecision. The market tends to make its decision points when the oscillator reaches median averages and sometimes exceeds those, but not for very long. Except down here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successive down days, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up days. This was back in January after having a terrible, miserable end to the year. So let's go look at the clouds now, and we're going to see something that we wanted to see yesterday, what we called yesterday, which is the S&P 500 would eventually come down to test the cloud, or it would get support on the 50 EMA. And if you look at the alerts, we did get support. Let's see, let's find them here. Let's do these. So the chikou span touched the 50-day exponential daily moving average at 9:30 in the morning, again at 10, 10:15, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., so 2:08, 2:10, 2:22, 2:26, and just before 4 p.m. it came down. Just before the close it came down. It made one last attempt at the 50, and in each case buyers were there and we went higher. And how do we know buyers were there? Because if we put a line right here at the bottom of this wick, you can see that the 50 is right there. So we never went below the 50 when the chikou span hit the 50, and it's the 50 SMA and EMA are in exactly the same spot. That's some consistency. So we know that buyers are trading on this signal. We can watch for it again tomorrow. Apple, horrible, horrible day. This is the 1 week chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Finished up off of its lows, but not very encouraging here. So one thing we do is we have the chikou span. That is, we want it to be an underlay. There we go. Now we can see our candles, and we can see our 200-day moving average. We've got the 8 EMA crossing over the 200-day EMA. So that is very bearish, not good at all. We have the chikou span that bounced off of the 200, cut through the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA, the 50 SMA, and now you could say is headed towards the cloud. So we're going to put on an alert where the chikou span, the chikou span touches Senkou span A. which is the top cloud, top line of the cloud, when it's in its normal position and not its inverse position, like when it's red. So SA on the top, B on the bottom, except when it's reversed, where A has crossed over B, and then you go into normal. Here it's back here, it was B that crossed over A and it turned red. Up in the future here we have A or B crossing up over A again. We may be below the cloud with Apple for a while now. Caterpillar, very Chinese sensitive, trade sensitive stock. And when you're at war with your major trading partners, Europe, Canada, and China, in fact, Mexico is now our biggest trading partner over China. Can you believe that? Gold miners barely did anything. The nice thing about AT&T is that because it's got such a high dividend of over 6% last time I checked, people aren't selling it. They are keeping it for the dividend. It's a good, safe, quote-unquote, stock. WDC, trade dependent. Whirlpool, horrible, 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 horrible. And what did we see? We saw the price cross the 200-day moving average right here and came back and finished just over the 200-day moving average. So let's remove that, and you can see that we did come down to touch the 200-day moving average. Let's update the 200-day moving average so we show real values. Apply, update. I didn't do it, so I'll do that later. What else can I say? I don't think we're going to have a miraculous day tomorrow. And Apple is sort of a dead duck for a while until its situation in China gets resolved, like the rest of us.